welcome back or welcome for the very first time to Worms and Warriors. We're here with our Grand Tactician campaign and we're going straight into episode 5 of our Confederate playthrough. There'll be a very brief recap. If you missed the previous episode, then do head back there and watch what you missed, as this will be, like I say, very, very brief. So let's start in the Trans-Mississippi area. We are recruiting our army and reforming under Van Dorn up here in northwestern Arkansas. In the Western Theater, we are invading Kentucky with the Army of Tennessee, which is very small still, but they have got troops coming. We fought a battle in the Eastern Theater, just outside of Washington, which we won. We will pull away from there for various reasons. I don't want to capture Washington yet. I think it's likely to ruin the campaign if I was to capture Washington, so we'll just drive these guys off. We won a major victory here, which was nice. We'll pull back, consolidate, see what McDowell does. He's over here just taking Winchester at the moment. So we'll take it from there and see what happens. But for the moment, we will pull back with this force. I don't want to take Washington. I don't want to nuke the campaign, so to speak. We've got new troops getting recruited all over the place. So we're recruiting troops into the Virginia recruiting depot. We are recruiting some troops down here in Florida, just a brigade. And we are recruiting some troops into the Western recruiting depot. I've had a couple of unit requests. One I've managed to put in, the other one I can't because you're asking for troops from Florida and we've got none. Even these guys recruiting in Florida are actually from Alabama. I've got nobody available from Florida at all. So if you want a different unit, do just let me know and we can make that happen. Thomas Rayner, I've recruited your guys here, the Styrian Panthers, coming in under Joseph Wheeler. It's just a 500-man regiment for now. We have yet to unlock the ability in our projects to make that better. Make the bigger units, basically. So white tops, green pants for these guys as requested. So let's have a quick look then at our policies. We are working on government funding, 24.7 days away. You'll recall in the last episode we opened the Militia Act 2, which is how I've got some reinforcements available at the moment. Projects, we don't have anything available at the moment just yet. We are funding some, so I'm going to have a quick look at the finances. I think I'm going to push a little bit more into the military funding. Not too much. We're going to take it to around 7 million. Yeah, that's fine there. I'm going to add a little bit into the economy. Again, not too much. We're just going to whack that up a bit. Industry, I'm going to leave as it is. Agriculture is very low, so let's pump that up to just over 1 million. I know we haven't got much money, but we're doing okay, I feel like. We're doing all right, so we can't afford to pump a little bit extra cash into this. In terms of the strategy, it's the same as before, pretty much. It's a waiting game, it's a holding game. We need some more troops coming in, and then we will see if we can kick the Federals out of the valley here, out of the Shenandoah. Keep threatening Washington, but I don't want to take that yet. I mean, it's August the 6th, 1861, and I feel like if we stayed here and moved up the Shenandoah force, we could probably take Washington, but I think that would ruin the game. That would mean it's pretty much game over already, and I don't want that. So we'll pull our boys back, and I'm fine with that. The Shenandoah force, I'm just going to move off towards the west slightly. So we'll spread out a little bit, but we should be able to get some eyes on what's happening in Winchester and take it from there. We are pushing up into Kentucky with the Army of Tennessee, as I said, but I don't know, like if we take Louisville, I don't know if Kentucky will secede. It'd be nice if it does, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. We're building a prison camp somewhere down here next to Williamsburg, so that'll be nice to have that ready as well. And our recruits are coming in, and yeah. So we're recruiting about 7,300 men to Trans-Mississippi. We've got a few guys shifting about here as well. So these are all these tiny units I mentioned in the last episode. Again, if you missed that, you go and check it out. These are all the garrisons that are pulled out of Arkansas and Texas. And they're going to reinforce our brigades in the Trans-Mississippi. But for now, I'm just going to press play. We're going to let this go on. Keep an eye on what's happening. Make sure nothing crazy is happening in the east. Rebels on the move. Confederate armies invade the north. Northern citizens fearful. Yep. Union forces skedaddle. Good news. I mean, mostly we really need some more men. That's the biggest problem we have at the moment. And equipment. Like, in terms of equipment, we've got nothing. A few howitzers. Handful of rifles. We just captured some here. Some Springfield rifles. Some Napoleons, but I mean, what am I going to do with 2 Napoleons? Not that much. A handful of musketoons. We've got some Springfield muskets. Other than that, I mean, we really haven't got anything at all. In terms of the Navy, we did move our small squadron out here to blockade the trade nodes, which is what we're doing right now. I don't know how effective that is at all. It's 4 little ships, but you know, we haven't really got a whole heap to be playing around with, so that's just how it is. The James River Squadron, pretty small. New Orleans Squadron's got some decent ships in it. And, you know, it's looking all right. And I might shift over CSS Pamlico into there as well. It's another cotton-clad ram. It's going to boost their forces up a bit more. And I'm going to send them up. Well, I am actually sending them up towards Memphis. We're still pursuing here. This battle's still finishing off before we can pull out of there. Yeah, there we are. So the Army of Northeastern Virginia is on the march. I'm assuming they're going to come back towards Washington because they don't want to lose that. Now you got a perk here for Beauregard's force. I don't know, every time I move away from here, this immediately flips. And that's really annoying. So I'm going to just move him back, make sure we've got this supply depot in our control. Beauregard has not moved yet either, which is a little annoying. Let's go, sir. Yeah, so he's come back, he's secured Washington. We still haven't taken this depot. Oh, now we have. Okay, so the depot's back in our control. We're resupplying, getting more ammunition. We are starting to run a bit low on stuff like that. I wonder. So George Johnson here he's in range of the hospital. So they're getting medical treatment. I'm just going to move these south a little bit further, maybe so we can be in range of the hospital too. It must be the hospital at Washington. Yeah, this one here. Is our fleet moving up past Natchez? Yeah, so some of these guys have arrived now, these smaller units. So I want to beef up these tiny forces we've got kicking around here. Because I mean, look at this 497-man brigade. I mean, that's like a regiment. 800 men there, 900 for Parsons. Whitewood down to 1,500 men. Cummings 1,100. So they're all pretty small. Let's stick these 285 men in with Parsons. That's going to take him up to 1,200, which is much more respectable. These guys here from Texas, they can go in with Slack. Takes him to 645. I mean, it's still not a huge amount, but it's better than it was. Still a while for the recruits to come in. Okay, so we have arrived at Louisville and we are starting to take that place, but will the Union do something about that? I'm not sure. Let's also go ahead and construct a fort here next to Fredericksburg. I think that will come in handy. Forts are expensive, but this will be a nice place to have a permanent garrison. 14 million to build that fort. Well, Beauregard's men have oh, we've printed bonds again. So it's because we've got high debts, of course. Beauregard has arrived. It doesn't say he's getting medical treatment, but maybe it's because these guys are. I'm not sure. Oh, so there's actually a federal fleet here. The Mississippi River Squadron is just north of Fort Pillow. And our Navy's moving up. We've got 9 ships in this, so we should be able to take them out. Army of the West and the Line has got low supply as well, so that's possibly means we can push up here and get Van Dorn to do something about this. I mean, he's carrying 1,700 disabled troops, but he's going to have a decent sized force by the time these reinforcements come in. The Union fleet's Heading up north, up the river, up the Mississippi. Let's speed time up a little here. Let some time pass. It's a couple of days whizzed by here. Not much happening. Well, we are taking Louisville. Some of these reinforcements are almost here as well. Anderson's brigade, just a day away. The New Orleans squadron has arrived at Fort Pillow. Let's push up further north towards Cairo and see if we can see anything. Be nice if we could engage that unit. Construction of Fort Pillow is complete. It must have been damaged, I guess, if they were attacked. I'm not sure. Yep, so Anderson has arrived here now to bolster up the guys in the Army of Tennessee, which is starting to take shape. Got some projects available. Let's have a quick look. Cavalry reforms. So that's to make cavalry brigades. So we could do that, but it's going to use up all of our funding so far. Same with artillery reform, which means we can have larger batteries. Again, obviously these are things we do need, but I feel like infantry weapons is what we need first, so let's wait and unlock some kind of infantry weapon. 15 days for our policy. Just up diplomacy spending a little bit. I'm going to take industry down slightly just to compensate for that. Just to see if we can maybe start getting some weapons that we can have imported. Oh, okay, so we spotted a Union army here at Cairo. A relatively small force still, 4,000 men, give or take. But we can move up here and we can blockade Cairo, which can maybe give them some problems. Either way, they would like a Confederate fleet kind of this far north, I would not think. Some more troops ready. Let's get them transferred to the Trans-Mississippi Army. Yep, the Trans-Mississippi Army looks big, but it's not really. This unit, for example, is going to get amalgamated in, and so are these. Actually, all of these. They've all got 8 months left on their contract as well, which sucks. Let's get someone into Colin Campbell's Cannibals Cummings Brigade. There we are. Evans, you can bolster up Whitewood. Anderson. Let's get these in with slack. Alright, so Van Dorn's now sitting on 14,000 men. It's not too bad, or he will be when Pierce arrives. Have we got any weapons to give these guys? Springfield muskets. Alright. So everybody in this army has got at least Springfield muskets, and some of them got rifles. Except for this cavalry unit, which has got mixed muskets, but because they're cavalry units, you can't give them different cavalry weapons with them having infantry weapons at the moment, if that makes sense. Got some artillery ready. Let's get them transferred out. 1st Virginia Irish Brigade is also ready. Let's get them moving. Oh, we now got a perk for Beauregard, so I'm going to give him Ambulance Corps. I find that one very handy. Let's move the Shenandoah force back out towards the Shenandoah Valley. We'll have them guarding the valley. Some more troops ready here. We've got Jackson's regiment, some much needed cavalry, and the North Carolina volunteers ready as well. Let's start moving these guys out. I'm going to form a new division in Beauregard's force because it's just too many troops. So I've given Simon Buckner command of this brigade here, this Withers brigade, and I've made Withers a division commander because he performed very well in the battles. So that's Withers' division now, where we've got Gordon with the 1st Georgia Sharpshooters, and the North Carolina Volunteers under Iverson are going to join him as well. Then I've made a little cavalry unit here under Nathan Evans, Shanks Evans of course. Jackson's regiment going to go into there, giving Beauregard some much needed cavalry. I know it's only 500 men, but you know, it's better than nothing. Let's see if we've got something better than the 6-pound field guns. Yes, we have, but nothing amazing. We'll give 24-pound howitzers out to these guys. So we've now also got 20 guns, which is handy. Still nothing else available in terms of policies. Louisville is still not ours, but it should be soon. The Missouri Fighting Irish, they're ready. Let's move them up. In the Loring's division in the Trans-Mississippi Army. Just a few days left for these guys, and then, well, Stan Waddy's native force is still 28 days gone, but that's okay. We'll move forward without them for now. Once this unit's ready, we have got ourselves a real force here under Van Dorn. We haven't spotted the Union fleet up here, which is a little concerning. I guess they're a bit further up the river towards St. Louis, maybe. They'll run short on supply, but it's okay. We're still taking that place. The fort's almost ready. Fredericksburg as well. Nice. Indeed, the fort is now ready at Fredericksburg. Nice. Let's put a garrison in here. So I'm actually going to garrison this place. What was it called, the fort? Fort Barnes. There it is. Let's put a real commander in as well. I mean, nobody amazing. We'll put Donaldson in there. He's a decent brigadier general. Somewhat limited on manpower at the moment. I don't really want to use up really good troops for this. So let's put some Maryland troops in here. 34 support. I don't know if that makes any difference for 4 troops. If it does, it does. If you do know, then maybe let me know in the comments. He looks more like it. Bradley T. Johnson, your new command, sir. So, yep. We've got some projects available. We've got cast artillery, which would allow us to make Napoleons, for example, and the James rifle. That's a good one. However, it's not what I want. Rebore muskets, going to cost us $1 million. The rebore muskets makes them it means you can have access to fairly cheap rifles, but I mean they're not amazing. Nothing else really that I want. I want some weapons, rifles. Confederate rifles. We need $2 million for that. We're only halfway for that one. Legacy rifles. Another decent one. 1.5 million. So maybe we'll open up legacy rifles when that comes available. Command reform. We need that as well. And the organizational reform. We need all this stuff. It's got a bit of quiet going on. There's not much action. Kentucky secedes. Oh, nice! So Kentucky has actually flipped that. I'm just going to pause this, take stock, see what difference that makes. That actually means surely we've got troops available from Kentucky now. 9,200 and the Kentucky support's gone to 75. That is awesome. So we've got 9,200 troops from Kentucky available. And Kentucky is now ours. Or at least on paper it is. We'll see if that brings a Union response. I mean, surely it will. Question is, do I raise a new force here of just Kentucky troops? Like a kind of Kentucky division while I move off with the Army of Tennessee? I think that might be best. Let's do that. Let's create a new force. Kentucky is not available to do it in. Great. Why not? Well, I don't really understand why not. Oh, now it is. Okay, let's do that. Under Price? I don't think so. He's disgraced. Let's put him under Bragg. Okay, we're going to recruit some troops from Kentucky. Right, so a little tiny Army of Kentucky, 5,000 men. We'll expand that as we can. In the meantime, I'm going to move away with the Army of Tennessee. They're going to move back down towards Nashville. And then we'll do something else with them, no doubt. Move time on. John B. Hood's brigade's ready. I'm going to move them off as well. They're going to join that force in West Virginia. Taking them up to 6,000 men. Means we're a little bit of a more credible threat out here in the western part. We've got Funding Policy 1 enacted. Nice. So then the question remains, what's next? Industrialization 1, which I am leaning towards, but we could also do with military 2 and then moving into conscription, which might be the more prudent way to go. I'll tell you what, let's do industrialization 1, and after that we'll move military 2 and into conscription after that. So a bunch of our troops in the Western Recruiting Department are ready to be moved out, and I'm going to start moving them into the Army of Tennessee to form that into a real force. Some viewer units here as well. Going to be moving in. As always, short on equipment still. Albert Sidney Johnson has arrived back in Nashville. Be pleased to know his army's forming up a bit better. 12 days. 12 days for all these guys to arrive. Takes a while to get there. The Cazadores Español, East Tennessee Legion, and Mississippi Volunteers going into Hardy's newly formed division. Oh. Construction for something was completed. Oh, the prison camp. Nice. So next time we take prisoners, we could be able to house them here. Up to 5,000 men. Excellent. So with our newfound recruits from Kentucky, I'm going to recruit another brigade from Kentucky into the Trans-Mississippi. I'm sure it's not exactly where they want to be fighting, but, you know, it's fine. Not under Lee, though. Let's give him Philip St. George Cock. So our force in the trans, we've got 20,000 men here under Van Dorn. What are we facing? 25,000, give or take, under Lyon, but they've got no supply. Ooh, do we dare push up? I've been quite aggressive this playthrough. Ooh, we don't have many guns. But then artillery is a little overrated in that theatre. I would like to have some better weapons though. Springfield muskets, let's give them out to the fighting Irish. Okay. Heroes von Borkus boys, they've still got mixed muskets. I've got nothing to give them. I don't like sending troops in with mixed muskets, but it looks like we're going to have to. A fairly poorly armed army, but it is the Trans-Mississippi. It wasn't renowned for having the best equipment or the most men or anything like that. Additionally, I'm going to move across with Albert Sidney Johnson's force. And I'm going to build a supply depot here in this northwestern section of Tennessee with a view to push up here and take Columbus. The Fredericksburg Home Guard is ready, and so is Jones's battery. Wheeler's still recruiting in. Let's move them over. Alright. Excellent. I don't know why, but I'm feeling strangely stressed. Let's organise these guys into some divisions. This is a mess. A bit more like it. So the Western Virginia division is now looking like this. 6,100 men. We're still waiting on this cavalry coming, which is taking a while. Poorly armed on the whole. That's okay. Now, do we move on Lion? I would really like more artillery here, but we just haven't got any. Where am I even going to recruit them from realistically? I mean, Louisiana, maybe, but I kind of wanted to keep that reserve of manpower for our next upgrades. Texas, nobody available. Tennessee, what about Mississippi? We've got some men. Let's recruit a brigade from a battery from Mississippi. Oh, he's a decent commander. M. Jeff Thompson, never heard of him. Nice. It's going to be 23 days, so probably I don't want to wait that long. 20,000 men of Van Dorn against 25,000 in the Army of the West. Without supply, can we do that? Bear in mind my constraints as an attacking general as well. Can I do that? I really don't know. I do have these guys here, actually. Maybe I could transfer them across from the army from this army in Florida to the Trans-Mississippi. How long is that going to take them? Ages, do we think? Let's do it. I'm going to send them over. 17 days, okay. So, yes, a while. We're into September here, 1861. The union's called for volunteers, 2-year contracts. Let's build our depot here as planned. Just help supply our troops in this area for operations. Oh, 65 days for those guys from Kentucky. 10 days for Stan Watty's forces. Some more units from the Western Recruiting Unit is ready, so let's get them moving out. The Pressburger Foot Hussars are ready. They're going to join Hardy's division. And then we've got these guys ready from Tennessee as well. I'm tempted to send them to the Trans-Mississippi. How long will that take? "13 days. Okay. I wish there was a way to find out how long it would take before you send them. Oh, we've got some movement. We've built a Jackson North Railroad Depot, Tennessee. Nice. Who's on the move? The Army of Northeastern Virginia. Okay. Well, let them come. I'm going to advance towards Alexandria. The Styrian Panthers are ready. Let's move them out. They will join the cavalry under Beauregard. I think he's changed his mind about moving maybe since we've advanced. I'm also going to do a little push up here towards Grafton. Let's get Magruder marching. I'm going to give Van Dorn's force flying column since supplies and movement speed is a bit of a problem out here in the far west. Let's do that. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Stevens, 9 days. Herbert, 2 days. Nice. So the plan is coming together. I want to attack there. I want to see what we're going to get done. This is flipped over again. I mean, that's really annoying. I'm going to move the Hampton Division up here, and hopefully that means that we can keep hold of this depot. I don't know why it keeps flipping. We've taken Alexandria, so a fairly large town up here. Oh, and we've issued bonds again, damn it. Legacy Rifles is ready, so I'm going to go with Legacy Rifles. The Mississippi Rifles proved excellent so far, and the Plains Rifles not bad either. So, with that in mind, let's order some weapons. Mississippi Rifle. I'm going to order 25,000 of those. The Plains Rifle, I'm not going to order that many. I'm going to order 5,000. So we're going to have 30,000 new rifles arriving. Ah, so they all come down here. We are never going to be able to come across in time. I don't think. The Hampton Division is only 500 men. Ooh. So they're going to have all 3 of their forces fighting us here, I think. Go, 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 go. Oh, they're moving their armies by river again. I mean, honestly, that is just... It's the pits in this game how this happens. 52,000 men. No, that's no good. We're going to withdraw from that. We need our entire force together to take on that kind of fight. Ideally, we want to fight these two armies without that one. What? We just need to pull back. We need our three armies together. Well, I say three armies. The Hampton Division here is not exactly an army. Okay, this is fortuitous, so they've kept pushing on us. We're going to have 39,000 men in the field against their 23,500. That looks like it's going to be a good fight, but it's going to be a good fight in the next episode. I'm sorry there wasn't any action in this one. There's been a lot going on, but no actual fighting as such. I hope you're going to join us for this one next, and I'll see you there. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. Ta-ra for now.